Ciao da Avsim! Welcome back in this weekly space dedicated to Juventus, speaking in English. Thank you for watching my previous videos. You have been too many and I'm sure it will be even better in the coming weeks. As always, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so as not to miss the next videos, and push like to let me know that you appreciate this content. Still be patient if I read on the screen, so I don't make mistakes while I speak English to you. What happened this week? Well, a lot of important things. Once again, we have to talk about De Ligt, as this was the decisive week for his farewell to Juventus. The Dutch centre-back is now a new Bayern Munich player with whom he has already played the first friendly match and score a goal, also scoring a goal. Not bad as a start. But we already knew this by now. We have been slowly greeting De Ligt, who had his suitcase in his hand for many days. The important news is the cost of the operation. From the official Juventus press release, we learned that the sale took place at the price of 67 million euros, to which 10 million possible bonuses are added. Not all easy achievable about the 10 million bonuses. So we are under the 80 million euros that had been touted by most of the Italian media to reassure fans that the club would have been able to sell De Ligt at the right price. Is the potential 77 million the right price, in your opinion? In my opinion, absolutely not. Let's be clear, no centre-back today is really worth more than 50 million euros from a technical point of view. But we are talking about a footballer who had a rescissory clause of 120 million euros, which would have risen to 140 million next summer, 1 year before the contract expiration. These armored De Ligt at Juventus, if Juventus had been able to maintain a position of strength. This was not the case, because the guy was dissatisfied and wanted to leave. Okay, and as he later explained, the problem was Allegri's tactic. Too defensive. All right, okay, that's okay. But in my opinion, we can safely talk about clearance sale at these conditions, at these figures. A clearance. They could have done better. They could have earned more. Also because 3 years ago De Ligt was bought for a slightly higher sum. Although Juventus can now balance a capital gain of about 30 million euros, but you can't line up capital gains on the pitch, right? This is a weakening of the team, not even offset by the right revenue. Not offset by the right revenue. Can we dare to say, could we please dare to say that maybe the current management is not good at selling, or is not good enough at selling? And maybe they're not even good at buying, since Bremer was bought from Torino to replace De Ligt for as much as 50 million euros. 50. To be precise, 41 plus 8 bonuses, to which add about 3 million commissions to the agents. Considering that with 50 million it would have been possible to buy other strong centre-backs with more international experience, as Bremer has zero international experience, I think Bremer costed too much. De Ligt sold out, Bremer overpaid. It was precisely the title of one of my videos this week, which sparked a lot of polemics. But these are argued opinions, so absolutely legitimate, aren't they? You may disagree with me, but the figures are these, the numbers are these. De Ligt out for less than 80 million, Bremer in for almost 50 million. By the way, the Brazilian defender will receive a salary of 6 million per season, including bonuses. Really too much for a footballer with zero international club and national team appearances and experience. Club and national. apart from 6 Europa League qualifying matches. Okay, let's be understandable. Bremer is strong. Bremer is strong. He's a very good defender, the best defender of last season in Serie A, with excellent characteristics, excellent skills, and good room for improvement. The management was good at taking him in no time, trying to adequately fill the void just left by the Dutchman De Ligt. But in the immediate future, it will be a worsening, a weakening, hoping that Allegri and his staff will be able to work well with Bremer to enhance him on the pitch. It must also be said, however, that if Inter Milan had been good at buying Bremer, with whom they had an agreement for months, Juventus would have to look for another replacement, with considerable difficulties. So we must also thank Inter Milan if we took Bremer. But Inter Milan could now keep Skriniar, stronger than Bremer, who would certainly have been sold if they took Bremer. So they took Bremer, they sell Skriniar. They didn't take Bremer, they won't sell Skriniar. Maybe. So probably. So between Juventus and Inter Milan, who strengthened and who weakened? I leave it to your answer, waiting for the answers from the games on the pitch. Now there is also talk of another purchase as a center back. It could be Nikola Milenkovic from Fiorentina, while we have yet to discover Federico Gatti, who has just arrived from Frosinone Serie B. We'll see. Meanwhile, Allegri also spoke on the eve of the first friendly of the season against the Mexicans of Chivas. The coach made it clear that this season there is a duty to win the Scudetto. Be careful though. He said duty, not obligation. What does this change? From the point of view of the results, nothing. You have to win the Scudetto. There is little to say, there is nothing to say. You have to win the Scudetto. But from the point of view of responsibilities, a lot changes. Obligation means that if Allegri doesn't win the Scudetto, we'll have to suffer consequences. For example, to be sacked. Duty instead means that if Allegri doesn't win the Scudetto, may not suffer any consequence, remaining on the Juventus bench even for the following season. In short, for the moment, by now, so far, it's not clear whether they are serious or not about Scudetto. Allegri also praised the management, thanking them for the excellent work done, according to him, and on the transfer market, with experienced purchases such as Di Maria and Pogba, and young purchases such as Gatti and Bremer. In fact, the coach is waiting for more grafts, such as Paredes as midfield playmaker and Morata in the role of alternative to Vlahovic, but also as a left winger along with Ken. These deals could take place in August, a few days before the beginning of the season, or with Serie A already begun. But let me say that while Paredes would be a good quality purchase, Morata's new return, I would struggle to not call it a ridiculous thing. Ridiculous. Allegri last year said that for the first half of the season we had played without a forward, because Morata is not a forward, and had to adapt out of role. So what is the point of taking him back again as a forward? Doesn't make any sense. And if he played now in this new season, if he played on the left winger instead, we already know it couldn't work, because from February to May he played just that role alongside Vlahovic, and it didn't work well. How do you think? How do you think about it? Do you agree with me? About Paredes, in conclusion, I also want to say that buying a 28-year-old player while you have 20-year-old players like Fagioli, Miretti, Rovella at your disposal doesn't make much sense. Wouldn't it be better to bet on them and value them to have strong players in the future? With this question, I leave you. Thank you once again for your attention. See you next week for a new appointment, always on Friday, 8 p.m. Italian time. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Like and comment below. See you very soon, and sempre forza Juve!